Look at this chilling video. Unverified but widely reported, it shows an object streaking upwards, stopped with a flash in the night sky. Flight 752 on fire. 63 Canadians would die.
Tonight, what seems to have happened in that instant is reverberating right here.
We have intelligence from multiple sources that the plane was shot down.
A stunning development in a week full of them. Already grieving Canadians confronting new emotions, confusion, anger.
Tonight, with so many questions for Canada, for Iran, we're seeking the answers, assessing the challenges ahead, remembering the devastating loss. Special coverage of Flight 752. This is The National.
Canada says it now has evidence suggesting the Iranian air crash that killed 176 people, including 63 Canadians, was caused by a missile strike.
Whether intentional or accidental, the Prime Minister said he wants answers. Tonight, what we've learned about the Flight 752 disaster, including the latest on those intelligence assessments, plus new video that may help tell the story. This unverified video posted by Iranian state television purports to show the moment of impact as seen from the ground. First, a blinding flash, followed by that violent storm of debris hurtling between buildings, a rain of fire.
Now, the scope of this tragedy had already left Canadians reeling. But Rosie, how the government responds is going to be a whole other issue.
And such a complicated issue, too, Andrew. I'm here again tonight in the West Block on Parliament Hill. Canada will be hard-pressed, to say the least, to get information from Iran, but that certainly isn't stopping the Prime Minister from asking.
In light of this new information, it is now more important than ever that we know exactly how such a tragedy could have happened.
But with no formal diplomatic relationship with Iran, Canada may struggle to get all the answers that it actually wants. And David Cochrane begins our detailed coverage tonight with more on the government's reaction and what it hopes to do.
The Prime Minister clearly believes he knows what happened. Now he wants to find out why.
The families of the victims and all Canadians want answers. I want answers. That means closure, transparency, accountability, and justice. And this government will not rest until we get that.
If this was in fact a mistake, it happened after a series of deliberate acts by the United States and Iran, which escalated tensions in the region. A U.S. drone strike killed an Iranian general, provoking an Iranian missile attack on U.S. and Canadian forces in Iraq. Civilians seemingly killed in the fallout.
I think it is too soon to be drawing conclusions or assigning blame or responsibility in whatever proportions. Right now, our focus is on supporting the families that are grieving right across the country.
No blame, not even for Iran, because Canada needs the cooperation of a potentially culpable nation. On that point, Trudeau spent hours huddling with top staff and speaking to world leaders, building support to pressure Iran to give access and answers.
I think if I were mourning a loved one today, I want to know what had happened, why it happened, and who was responsible. And I think an investigation must answer those three questions.
Canada will seek answer to these questions. With our allies, with the international community, the world want to know.
But does Iran want the world to know? Until that's answered, Trudeau isn't just Prime Minister, he's the Prime Consoler, trying to reassure grieving families as best he can.
Our focus right now is on giving immediate support to the families, working with them to ensure that the remains of their loved ones are brought home to Canada, if that is their wishes, and indeed move forward on a full and complete investigation.
David Cochran's here with me now. Okay, so the Prime Minister is asking for this full, complete access to the investigation in Iran. What are the chances that that's actually going to happen?
Okay, let's start with where things are right now. We know that consular officials are going to get into the country to provide consular services on the ground and help with body identification. Iran has assured us we're going to get visas for that. Okay. We know the Transportation Safety Board is going to get into the country and be allowed to visit the crash site. They've accepted an invitation from Iran to do that. But getting into the country and visiting the site is not the same thing as getting involved in the investigation. Sure. Right now, Canada has what essentially amounts to observer status in the investigation. They can see and hear what Iran wants it to see and hear. It's looking for more beyond that. That's what Canada has asked for. That is what Ukraine has asked for on Canada's behalf. But speaking with political sources, diplomatic sources, and experts about the region, they see that as highly unlikely because given the revelations and allegations of today, it's tough to see how that is in Iran's best interests.
Okay, great reporting. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.